Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, and yes, we finally received the patch notes for today's update. So, here we go, let's dive in. Our latest update for Fallout 76 launches today, and it's bringing a host of bug fixes, gameplay improvements, and more. Read on for a full list of patch notes for today's update, version 1797, PC Steam 7.2GB, but I already downloaded that, and for me that was like 800 megabytes, not even a gigabyte. Then Microsoft Store is supposed to be like, I don't know where those numbers come from. They do not translate into actual download size for whatever reason. Then bug fixes and improvements, Camp and Workshop, slot machines. The West Virginia slot machine now correctly states it requires 25 caps to use, and addressed an issue where players would receive perfectly preserved pies more often than intended. How that was an issue? Okay, never mind. Then building. Players can now once again build the following camp object: jewelry flare display, flamer napalm tank, mounted Wendigo, beer, stain display case, communist bunker, communist fence. So that's good, as those plans disappeared for whatever reason. Now they're available again. Switches. Reduce the random switch budget cost to be consistent with other switches. Challenges. Daily. Birthday cake now counts towards the daily challenge to eat cake, pie, or candy. Address an issue where feral ghouls would not count towards the daily challenge to defeat them. Updated the daily challenge to collect fuel tanks or gas canisters to include plastic gas canisters. Yep, okay, that's welcome. Crafting. Items, spooky treat bags, holiday gifts, and mole miner pails now grant contextual ammo. Oh, that has been fixed. That's welcome. What about script? Is script coming back? I'm guessing no. Then, players can once again craft the following items: Voltec jumpsuit, communist militant outfit, communist militant hat, communist spy ski hat, communist spy ski outfit, communist thread combat rifle paint, communist style handmade rifle skin, communist red secret service under armor, and communist spacesuit. Scout armor masks, covered forest and urban scout armor mask, can now properly be painted and return to the original paint jobs. The urban scout armor no longer has a duplicate no paint option. Okay, I would more like them to count again as part of armor set, but that's probably not gonna happen. Plans. Starlight now has the correct and visible display name on acquisition, learning, and crafting. Fix a bug where the slot machine podiums recipe was still available for purchase from Giuseppe when players knew the recipe. And to be honest here, I prefer the old way when purchase plans only contain a known tag on them and not just disappear from inventories. This way I could see how much I already acquired. Now I can't, they just disappear from Giuseppe inventory. Weapons. Modifying ultrasight lasers with the beam focus mode no longer removes the visual effects. Oh, no more invisible beams. That's good. I got bored of invisible beams. Legendary modes. Address an issue where the Furious Legendary mode would give a maximum 45% damage bonus after consecutive hits instead of the what? The what? Since when 90% is intended? That's a buff to Furious. That basically makes it better than Blooded for boss fights. To get 90% out of Blooded, you need to be at 10% health. Is that for real? I need to test that. Furious buff? Okay, that's just patch notes for now. I don't even have Furious weapons. I didn't expect I will need one. Okay, that's huge if true. I hope it's true. I would love some sudden meta change. Expeditions. The Pit. Players who jump inside the toxic vat in the pit will now instantly die. Thank you, Bethesda. Atlantic City. Adjusted the contextual ammo drops to be consistent with the pit. Next, address an issue on PlayStation where the Expedition's reward screen displayed an incorrect prompt. Address an issue where Atlantic City weekly rewards for completing all option objectives would not display on the rewards summary screen if the player earned too many rewards. Alien blaster weapons now award proper contextual ammo when completing an expedition. Fix a bug when attempting to resume an expedition while selecting the location that your current expedition is not in. The UI would show the selected location rather than your current expedition. Okay, that's a complicated way to say about the fix. Expeditions address an issue where players could not access the expedition UI by selecting the vertibird icon on the paper map. Address an issue where players could not travel back to Appalachia through the expedition's menu. Address an issue where the expedition icon would not appear on the paper map. Address a location where Overgrown could get stuck near Quentino's nightclub. Then tax evasion expeditions. The objective to return to Sal with the unlucky gambler's winnings will now complete if the player resumes the mission after having already completed the objective. Fix an issue where slot machines would sometimes float after entering the Neapolitan casino. Then the most sensational game fixes. Fix an infinite loading screen that would occur when resuming an expedition after failing the timer objective. Okay, that's awesome. Fixes to sensational game loading screens are very welcome. Showman's flag is no longer present unless the relevant objective is active. Fix an issue where Naughty Showman could leave the pillory prematurely if attacked. Tattoos thrown at Naughty Showman now correctly explode on impact. Removed take or equip prompt from fireworks in most sensational game. Address a crash for expedition host. Address an issue where the objective to approach the play area would appear too early. Okay, those are welcome. Perks, collateral damage. The legendary perk collateral damage now works with all melee weapons and not just unarmed weapons. It was truly broken to work only with unarmed? Okay. Collateral damage. Colanut updated the Colanut perk description to specifically state it applies to Nuka Cola drinks. I do hope Nuka Dark is still included. I need it. Disease. Contracting the lock-joint disease now correctly increases the AP cost of melee power attacks by 50%. Fire in the Hole. Fire in the Hole perk now properly shows trajectory on unique grenades. Okay, good. Power armor. Jetpack. The Deep Space Alien Invader jetpack is no longer incorrectly labeled as an Atomic Shop item and can be applied to all power armor variants. Note, this item is a daily ops reward. All power armor variants. Can it be applied to Excavator? Another thing to check. Paints. Fix various clipping issues with power armor paints. Fix an issue where various power armors did not have radiation resistance. That's welcome for all the XO1 users suffering after last patch. Union power armor. Pieces now only drop once a player knows how to make the armor pieces. Okay, good, but can I pick them up? Because I can craft them. They drop for me, but I cannot pick them up. Was that fixed? I certainly hope so, but not stated. Quests. A Night Penance. Tension trigger trap on chest now trigger an explosion when activated. Quest tracking. Fix issue where certain side quests would not display the quest available fanfare. And word. Address various missing textures inside the aquarium of the Atlantic. Feral Ghouls address an issue where Feral Ghouls attacks dealt AP damage to players. Oh, finally they addressed that. Yeah, the ghouls basically had an overgrown AP drain attack for some whatever reason. They lost it now, that's welcome. General, fix various areas in Atlantic City where players could see out of word. Various localization fixes. Fix for Marlux. Address an issue where Marlux in Appalachia only spawn as friendly glowing variants. Oh, why would you fix that? I really loved the friendly Marlux. I was hoping it's a feature it is not. That was fixed now. Player character. Fix a scenario where Pip-Boy can be invisible when creating a new character on the same server. I did not know this scenario existed, but thank you for the fix. Robco Research Center. Remove a train car that blocks players from entering other train cars. Okay. And that's it. So, Furious buff, everyone? I would welcome that. If you will be able to quickly check Furious if you have any, let me know if it's stronger now. I will probably test it later. And as well, thank you a lot for your support, and see you in the next one.